Yes, good morning, brothers. Welcome to Battle Brothers. It is time for the bloody dawn to make their glorious return. Yes, Dovekul awaits. You lead a small flock devoted to the Elder God, and it's time to spread the word. Find more followers, acquire riches, and please Dovekul with sacrifices. Yes, sacrifices, be it our enemies or our unfortunate brothers on the field. So, Cultists, start with a group of 4 cultists with poor equipment. More cultists may flock to you for free. And sacrifices. Dovekul will occasionally demand sacrifices from you, but also bestow boons upon those loyal to him. Cannot wait for this. God, it's going to be good. Particularly, I want to see what kind of boons we're going to get. I mean, I know that we're going to have to literally sacrifice some of our brothers for those boons. And it'll be interesting to see whether it is totally random or you have to give your best brother or you can choose a particular brother. If it's the latter, if we can choose our own brother, then we're going to keep to the tactic of having a few, sacrifices, nerd type guys just sitting in reserve. But I doubt that very much. And that would be a little bit cheesy actually, so I don't want that. Okay, the Bloody Dawn, random late game crisis. We don't want permanent destruction and we'll take whatever map seed it gives us. Economic veteran, as I've said for a while now. I'm happy to do expert economic, but on the one time I tried it, it just amplified all the parts of the game I enjoyed the least. So, I've got the name list here on my second screen, and I've got a random number generator from random.org. Let's get going. I put the woman and child in the barn, which you have surely already found in ashes. They were knocked unconscious, for he does not seek their pain. Please do not dwell upon their demise. They are with him now, and in their passing I have been freed of all obligations to do what must be done. By now, I will be gone. I will have taken up a new role, a new face, and beneath both, I will become something I am not. I will pretend, I will act, but in the end, it is with one purpose, and you know what that purpose is. I must not name it, but you shall find it in the moments when you realize no one truly believes they are going to die. The purity of one's own annihilation must be clouded by distraction and merriment. Not all can see him, not all should, but see him they will. Be well, strangers, or be well, strangers that you have become, for Dovekul awaits us all. Dovekul awaits. Oh, look at how cool the icon looks. That's awesome. Okay, let's meet the lads. So, ooh, straight away, nice. We're starting with a whip. Is that new? Oh, I see. Fanatic of Dovekul. These first 5 guys start with this perk. +5 resolve. No morale checks triggered upon allies dying. That's pretty cool. Okay, so, like I said, let's meet the lads. So, Sigmund, straight away, this strikes me as a sergeant. So, let's see, resolve, 1 star gives you 3 to 4. So, let's add 35 to that. Gives it 88 at level 11. Plus fortified mind will get him plus 100, around 120, 130 resolve with the sash, which is pretty good. I would have preferred a 2nd star there, but he'll make a fine sergeant. Next up, Herman. Oh, that's new. Cultist leather robe. 88. That's pretty damn good. Nice fatigue, decent initiative, and range skill. 1 star in range skill is 35. So if we add 35 to that, gives him just under 80. That's not good enough. Hasso. Oh wow, this is our range star. It's a pity his starting value is so low. But let's see, 3 stars gives you 4 to 5, so it's called 45. So we add 45 to that, makes it 83, which is at level 11. It's as low as it can be, but I mean, it's borderline too low. But he'll do until we can replace him as an archer. And last but not least, Torhelm. Yeah, fragile sucks, but Iron Lungs is amazing, and at least he has a star on hit points to offset that fragile. He's actually going to be decent as a very heavy armor wearer because he's got a star in fatigue and he's got Iron Lungs to offset his lack of fatigue. So, unsurprisingly, none of the guys have stars in melee skill. Oh, God, man. It's so hard to get guys with melee skill. Sigmund so far looks like our best, and the fact that he is determined is quite nice. Does determined give an increase to resolve? I think it does. That's going to make him even better as a sergeant. Or I should say a bannerman, rather. So we've got our bannerman. Herman. I could make him another crap archer, just considering how hard it's going to be to have decent archers. I mean, he'll level up at about the same rate. A little bit slower than Hasso. A 1-star in range skill gives like 3.5, 4. So, this is a little bit risky, but I mean, the fact that we've kind of been half blessed with 2 guys who might be half okay archers, even if it's eventually, if not right away. I mean, they'll probably start with pitchforks until their range skill surpasses their melee skill. See, 55 accuracy and a big old flail, and there's 51 accuracy. 51 accuracy. Oh god, I can't have him on the front line with that little hit points. We'll have to have someone else starting with that. Ooh, 60. That's actually, look at that's half not decent, not rubbish armor to start with. Right, so one of the lads were literally naked. I like your style, boys. Okay, so we've got to go buy some weapons. We've got to hire at least 2 more lads. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, not great. I hate how it's split by this big body of water. That makes getting around a little bit harder. But as it is, I want to spend more time to the middle and the north of the map because I want to be fighting a lot of barbarians. Primarily because I want to get to know how they fight and how to fight against them. So it looks like our house we'll ally with eventually will be House Igloff. But let's not worry about that right now. We have a lot of work to get to. Hang on, what am I doing? We've got to assign some names here first. Okay, to the random number generator. Let's see, we have how many names submitted so far? 99. Let's generate number 6. Who's number 6? Brother Moti, who, as it happens, wanted to be a cultist. Brother Moti, welcome. Next, generate number 46. Oh, hang on, I need to cross out Brother Moti's name first. Number 46, Michael Stubbs. Welcome back, Michael. A legend of many campaigns. Let's make you this archer. Michael Stubbs. Primarily, I think, Michael Stubbs, you will be using either a crossbow or throwing weapons. These guys don't have great ranged values, but they will get decent ranged values eventually. Okay, Michael Stubbs. Generate number 59. Who's 59? Philip the Berserk. Already been added to the Peasants playthrough, so we'll spin again. Number 30. Wooshrog. That's another name that I recognize. Welcome, Wooshrog. And last but not least, let's generate again. And number 4, which is Zumba's Liar, another legend of many campaigns. Zumba's Liar. Is it Liar? Zumba's Liar. Yes. So, just looking at the battle whip and the scrammer stacks that we have. So, this counts as a cleaver. Good. That means that the cleaver build has gotten the buff that I've wanted it to have for quite a while. And hopefully, whips will have their armor piercing affected by duelist. So, a cleaver / whip duelist could be a decent option. Let's go right ahead and get 2 pitchforks straight up. So I've got pitchforks for these lads at the back. Okay, they are pretty much fine as they are. I need to try to get... Okay, I've already got weapons. So we need to hire 2 more lads. We need 2 more shields and 2 more sets of armor out of all of that money. It's not going to be easy. It's going to have to be very, very basic. Extremely basic. Damn, I should have checked this here first. I could have picked up this farmhand and gotten a pitchfork out of it. We'll pick up Guntvert. Should we try it out? Let's try him out first. So fear of beasts and irrational. Adalbert is just normal. Let's go to one of the bigger cities and see if we maybe can't pick up a brawler, which is cheaper and has, you know, decent if not better stats. Do we bother picking up a bow and arrow straight away? I don't think so. A spear for 120, we'll take that. Please be a delivery. Brigands, what is this? Drive off brigands at Black Fort. That's a decent little payday for a one-skull brigand fight, so we'll actually hang on to that mission. Head into Steinkai and see if we can't hire someone. So it'll be interesting to see how often cultists just turn up and join us. Hang on a second, I just want to check OBS, make sure I'm actually recording. Yes, I am. Righto. Good old group of lads to be hired. I don't mind a gravedigger, they get plus resolve, that's not bad. Fishermen have nice fatigue and they're a bit cheaper than farmhands. A monk we don't need to hire. A killer on the run is a bit too expensive for a starting brother. I'll give these fishermen a try. 330 for that one, 160 for this one, he's cheaper. The gravedigger, we don't particularly need the gravedigger because we already have someone with good resolve who's going to be our sergeant. Another fisherman could be pretty good. Could produce more nets for us throughout the campaign. 330 is a bit expensive though. I do love a good killer on the run. The increased chance to hit the head. We will have to defend him though, which means that could make us an enemy of one of the houses. It'll get us a nice dagger right from the start as well, but that leaves us very little wiggle room. There's another fisherman for fairly cheap. Rat catchers make everyone sick, so bugger that. Okay, I think we'll try the gravedigger. Ah, he's insecure. No, bugger that. Newt. Okay, we've got our 6 boys. Let's take a look at the 2 new lads. So Alric has stars where we need them in melee skill and melee defense, but the starting values are so low, which you kind of expect with a fisherman. Hang on, I'm on the wrong table here. For Battle Brothers, I need to be on talents. Okay, there you go. So let's see, melee skill 1 star, 2 to 3. So let's add 25 to that. So 60, 70 something at level 11, which is pretty rubbish. He could be a half decent spear user. Certainly not a great spear user. 25 to that on average. 60, 70 something, plus 10% to hit from a great sword could give him 80 something. It's also too low. I mean, it'll have to do, and the fact that he has melee defense to start. So eventually this, we'll look to make him a great sword user. Eventually. This is more encouraging. Okay, so Newt, unfortunately he's clumsy, which really sucks. The range defense is nice. The fact that he's huge is also not bad. I mean, just getting melee skill is so friggin' rare. That's like that's a low enough starting value, so that's like another great sword user. I need someone who's going to be more accurate to be a mace user, and I do need a few mace users. If things develop and he turns out to have decent melee accuracy by a few lucky level ups, I might switch him to being a mace user instead. I like the extra damage from huge. Okay, weapons wise, we've got a spear. 47 accuracy for a skirmish axe is too low. So the challenge now is whether I can buy 2 shields, a spear, and 2 sets of armor with 1400 gold. Seems unlikely, doesn't it? Okay, there's one of the shields we need. We'll pick up that. 192. I think we can justify that. I do like a full Aketon cap as a starting bit of armor. That's one set. We need one more at least. And there we go, a cheap spear. I think I might splash for that padded leather and the full kitten. Now, Brother Moti, we've got to be careful with in the beginning. He's going to be a real magnet for arrows. But at level 2, we'll pick up quick hands and he can start with a shield. Okay, so I need just the armor and we should be good. Okay, still 469 in reserve. Okay, so 80 and 50, 88 and 60. Okay, I need a few more daggers if they have. Butter knives will have to do. Alright, brothers, here we go. So that is junk and can be sold. 64 is a bit more than I want to pay, but fine, I'll pick up 2. Staff slings, I don't need right now. Okay, let's set off. Start making some money. Let us bring glory to Dovekul. What is this? This is follow the tracks, return the tome. That pays a lot less than the other one. It's talk crowns. Secure ruined amber collector. That shouldn't be too hard. Let's do that first. How about a drink to cheer up the lads? Morale doesn't look too bad actually. They have the just joined the company. How about you lads? I was gonna say, no one get drunk, please. Ooh, already we got a tip for a legendary item. So on the plains west of here is supposedly the last resting place of a mystical piece of armor. Don't know the name myself. I just know a lot of adventurers go there and don't come back. Don't know why I told you really. I like your business. We can go take a look. I mean, assuming that the difficulty scales with the time of the campaign, that could be doable. And even if we suffer pretty bad losses, if we can get that legendary piece of armor right from like the first week, that would be amazing. Sorry doggos, you got to get whipped. Get a 36% accuracy, it's really bad. Range of 3 tiles, how can it be so low? Oh, because these dogs have quite a high dodge value and Zumbazlai only has 51. Unlucky. Fucking dogs, man, they are so hard to hit. Which is why spears are so important. Sorry, boys. Gotta be careful, yeah. Wushrog is in danger. Good hit, Brother Moti. Let's step back here and invite these lads to take that square. If they want to surround themselves. Wushrog's initiative was fairly low. They're gonna go first. I don't want to have him surrounded by like 2 lads. In fact, if I put myself up here, I can attack into that square, and most likely these lads might even put themselves into range. Let's see. No point in spear walling. Let's just invite them to surround themselves. I say there's no point in spear walling because the rest of the lads will just avoid that area. Good stabbing, boys. More blood for Dovekul. Are we? But no damage. Good. See how much easier they are to hit than the dogs. And I really like the sound of it. That's unfortunate, the fact that they're breaking already. 51, 56, 51. Go for the higher percentage chance to hit. Brother Moti doing fucking work. It's the fact that he's confident. Plus 10 melee and range skill and defense. Okay, it doesn't increase his resolve. It's worth remembering. That lad'll take a few stabs to die. We'll try and finish off this dude, but we fail. So they're just beating the shit out of Newt. Good stabbing. 63. Oh, whip to the face. Actually, you need to keep your shield up, but never mind. Run them down. Dovekul demands more blood. Can never be satiated. A decent little first fight and a nice little bit of armor. That's taken care of. See, so 70 armor. Who on the back line here is most important? Probably Wushrog. We'll give him that armor. And I can give Brother Moti. In fact, I can give everybody a buckler and a weapon, but then we don't have throwing nets. I think on the back line then we'll just give them a net plus buckler. If we sell all of the stuff, don't particularly want to hang on to the bludgeons. Out of this we'll keep the wooden sticks and the skirmish axes. But hang on, I need to give someone the bandages. Great job, boys. First mission in the bag. Time to get paid. Okay, so what is this now? This is follow the tracks. I need some time to heal, actually. My lads are hurt. Delivery? What is this? An escort. That's too risky. 2 days to the northeast. How are we doing? Quite hurt. Newt would need a little while to heal up. Okay, so we'll sell what we don't need. Which is that stuff. How are we for tools and supplies? We're going to be left with 5. And 260 is more than I want to pay, though. That's tempting. 40 to 60 damage for only 300 gold. We could just keep scavenging. I mean, who would I give that to? I would probably give it to Zumba's Liar. And then once one of the lads on the front line has quick hands, they can start with a battle whip, get a few whips off, and then quick hands to a melee weapon. I mean, our pay is so low. I think that's worth splashing out on. Highest accuracy on the back line is 53 on Wushrog. And then none of these lads have quick hands yet, so we'll start using the battle whip once these lads are in range. Or once the front line have quick hands, that is. Okay, now we certainly can't take on that mission, which is escort, because if it fails, we are out of money. Well, actually not. We've got 5 days more worth of salary and 3 days worth of food. What the hell? Let's try it. It's a nice little payday. I mean, sure, it's risky, but we've got a couple guys fighting with us, and we might get lucky and not get attacked. So, as the company takes a break, you decide to address the men. Brothers, I want everyone to know the Bloody Dawn are not just cutthroats and errand boys, but skilled fighters of the First Order. Word of our deeds must spread so that merchants and noblemen are begging us to take their contracts. What do you tell the men the company will set out to do? We need allies. Allies is always the first one I like to go for. Big forested area here, and hunters' cabins at Waldhain, so that's where we're going to hire our hunters from. Lumber camp as well, nice, so there at least will be lumber. If we can get our hands on a Fletcher, we can eventually get a legendary bow. Oh Christ, are we going to have to flee here? We do have the other caravan helping us. Let's just take a look at what the battle looks like. But the problem is that Berserker is just going to slaughter all the caravan hands and get huge stacks of rage. We don't have any ranged weapons. Let's just see how it goes, but let's be ready to flee. The problem is that Berserker is just going to one-shot a caravan hand and then go proc his Berserker, kill another one, he'll have 2 stacks of rage after the first turn. The potential rewards from this are just nowhere near as bad as the potential downsides. It's just not worth it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, caravan hands, you're on your own. This is unfortunately the risk you take when you take a caravan escort mission. It is worth the risk, at least trying sometimes. You see, 2 stacks of rage and confidence. There's no way we could kill that Berserker now. In fact, the Orc Young might as well not even be in the fight. That Orc Berserker will have killed all 15 of us. 19 of us. So sometimes taking on the caravan escort early on can be worth it. I have had a mission where on like day 2 I took a 2-day caravan escort mission that paid over 1,000 gold and we didn't get attacked. And that just gave me, 1,000 gold on like my 3rd day of the campaign. So yes, Dovekul demands blood, but he also demands that his followers are not fools that get themselves killed at the first opportunity. Yep, wagon's all dead. Let's head down to Waldheim. So that is unfortunately going to piss off Steinkai. But we'll recover. I mean, how angry are they with us? It shouldn't be that bad, they're just cold. They're not actively aggro with us yet. So what is this? Drive off brigands at Rundown Cottage. That's a nice payday for a 1 skull. Out of interest, who's here to be hired? Hunters, a day tailor. Lumberjacks are too expensive. They get plus fatigue and plus melee skill. I think they get the same starting stat bonuses as brawlers do, just without the resolve, and they're way more expensive. So lumberjacks are not great. On some campaign, I want to have a lumberjack though. I just want to see what the event is that he gives you having a lumberjack. A nighttime fight, that's perfect. We don't have any ranged weapons. Not in a swamp, come on. Damn it. Okay, not too bad. We'll at least start on decent ground, or just muddy earth. 8 of them, that's a lot of thugs though. I think we actually run forward here and grab this bit of terrain, force them into the murky water there, and it'll mean that Brother Moti can be in contact with these 2 lads, and we'll put Elric there. That way Brother Moti isn't surrounded by more than 2 guys. Does mean that these lads are going to come around here though, so maybe Brother Moti is better off trying to hold that spot, but then this lad actually then has to go to the murky water, so actually Brother Moti is better off going to that spot, and Elric going to that spot. It's assuming we can grab that spot before one of these guys run in there. I could actually put Brother Moti here, that kind of leaves him less surrounded. I mean, he's not going to be using a thresh anyway. Michael Stubbs will be in melee contact with one of these 2 guys, but it's not too bad. He's got a brigandine. A Gambison, sorry, it's called a Gambison. Good. Good dodging, good blocking. Do I go straight up for the hit? I think we wait for them to come closer, because he'll get 1 attack with that rubbish little stick. And then this lad will have to move 2 squares. What's the biggest threat here? That sword is probably the biggest threat. Great hit. Good stabbing, Elric. I forgot to rename him. We will do so immediately after the battle. God, spears are the best starting weapons. Brother Moti, pop his head open, please. 57. Nice, good hit. Crushing his ribs. 66, 51. Nice. Good stab, Zumba's liar. Nice, Michael Stubbs. Oh, I'm glad I invested in that battle fork. And there you go, the battle is pretty much won. It could be worth trying to dagger this guy. He's got decent armor considering it's like day one and we're just starting. His morale recovered. That's very rare for that to happen. We need to help Zumba's liar, but that was a good hit there. That's what I needed. Fucking hell. Spears, man, so dangerous. First fatality of the campaign. Rip Zumba's liar. One and done for Zumba's liar. And for fuck's sake, now Newt is panicking. Things can turn to shit so quickly in these early fights. I was really hoping that that kill would have broken this. Okay, nice. Got his morale back. Newt gets vengeance for Zumba's liar. I think Zumba's liar was one of our starting brothers. That's very unfortunate. Well, clearly Dovekul wanted him. Damn it! That was going so well. Really underestimated the damage of that one little thug. But hey, he's got a spear. I'll be more careful of spears. It's just, I'm very conscious now of the fact that I haven't played any Battle Brothers for close on 2 months and I'm feeling very rusty. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So, Brother Moti, with these big points in hit points, he's going to be dodgy and wearing light-ish armor. He's our bannerman, so he's got to get resolve. And a bit of melee skill, always a bit of melee skill. Student on everyone at level 1. So Elric. I didn't rename Elric already. Hang on, let's get the random number generator and the name list up. Generate number 37. Spunkmeyer. Spunkmeyer, welcome my friend. Cross out that name. 37 Spunkmeyer. Next. 14 Tyrone Biggums. Oh, nice. Who wants to be a cultist? Y'all got any more of them level ups? Tyrone Biggums. Ah, fuck's sakes, I'm annoyed about that fucking fatality. Rip Zumba's liar. Sorry, mate. These things happen. Okay, melee skill, melee defense. He doesn't have great fatigue or hit points. I think so. He'll have to be another dodgy, light armor wearing guy. By dodgy, I mean nimble. Nimble light armor wearer or medium armor wearer. +2, and fatigue looks good there. Michael Stubbs the archer, so +4, that's a good roll. +3 for melee skill is good too. But range defense and fatigue is what archers need, and that's what he shall have. Same thing for Wushrog. We can expect a 4 or a 5 every level. He could actually be decent. And what I have found in an offline campaign is that if you have a few guys who aren't maybe superstar archers but are competent, guys who get to like the mid-80s at level 11, they're going to be guys you're going to look to replace eventually, but they can be passable archers from the start. It's just when you use them with a bow and arrow, instead of spamming the quick shot, you'll have to use the aimed shot just to offset their lack of aim. So on the plus side, we got a little piece of armor there. We got a keton cap, and we have a spear ready to go for the next brother. So there, with the start of a bit of armor for the next lad. And we picked up a second wooden stick, which we are going to need. Let's go get paid. Is the music on? It is. Well, Zumba's liar. He lasted 2 days. Rip. I can definitely feel a bit rusty. In my peasant campaign, I've had 2 fatalities, or 1 fatality, and 2 strike downs on like the first 2 days as well. So you lads who are joining now early on in the campaign, good luck to you. You are gonna need it. 470 is a great payday though. And let's pick up this lad already. Day tailors can be pretty good. They have... Oh fuck, Dastard sucks. But just straight up, fuck you, waste of money, you bastard. Hit the road, you suck. Ugh, that sucks. That's unfortunate. So it was said that the Spetum was buffed, and I think it was 50 to 70, now it's 55 to 75. And 100% effective against armor, that's not bad. 295 for a hunting bow would be quite nice. And technically I could make profit off of this quality wood. So let's hopefully make some profit off of that. And 101 for ammunition is nice and cheap too, and we'll still have 3 days worth of salary. Let's head to one of the bigger cities and see if we can't flip that wood for a profit. Steinkai doesn't like us though. But they are the nearest big city. I want to head back down to Maiding anyway. I want to hit these 2 villages and try to get to allied relations. Damn. Many thugs and a raider. That's... I couldn't pause the game quick enough and flee. So, gentlemen. Run away bravely. God, these lads are fast. We have to hope that Dovkul won't punish us for the second instance of cowardice. If I had a 6th brother that was outfitted decently, I would have actually taken this fight on. In fact, can you cancel the retreat? No, you can't. I mean, like, as scary as this is, sometimes it can go well, especially if you're able to murder a lot of the thugs quickly before you are fighting the raider. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, bigums. Okay, rough start. Rough start. Run away, boys, run away. Okay, we paid 182 and we are getting 219, so a little bit of profit. Any new recruits, or it's pretty much just the same nerds we saw last time? I don't mind a fisherman as a starting class, they're really not bad. And we already have 2 other fishermen, we've got loads of fishermen in this group. Let's hope they get converted to the true cause. What I hope is that these fishermen don't share a cooldown for their ability to generate throwing nets. Morale checks and Spartan. Let's see. So a star in melee skill. Range defense is whatever. Hit points. He can be pretty much anything. We'll see what we need. Okay, to the name list. Generate. Number 6. Brother Moti, got it ready. Generate again. Number 45. Silius Sodus, who wants to be a peasant, so spin again. 72. Caracal. Caracal, welcome, brother. Okay, where is he? Here we go. And then we can just make him pretty much anything. We can decide whenever. We don't have to decide yet what we're going to make him. So we've got our bannermen, 2 greatsword users, 2 archers. We're actually set up not too bad. We have a decent setup in terms of the brothers we've been given. What is this? This is follow the tracks, return the tome. Let's do that. I'm going to have to buy some tools though. Tracks east. Actually, I wouldn't mind another nighttime fight. We still don't have any actual ranged fighters yet. Our archers still have higher melee skill than they do ranged, but that'll change quite soon. Another level up or 2. And then I want crossbows for them. So another fight in the swamp. Let's hope this time we can control the ground we're fighting on a lot easier. I'm not going to need nets if I'm fighting against thugs. That is tempting. Range of 3 tiles, range of 2 tiles, but that has plus chance to hit. I mean, this doesn't have plus chance to hit. It does not. You catch a group of brigands lugging your employer's property around. They seem shocked. Bloody don't want to charge. Okay, this isn't too bad. We can... Yes, good. Let's sit around here. Good. We can sit on this plashy grass and force them to fight mostly in the murky water. I've got to remember this time that I need to focus their guys that have plus to hit weapons. I really want Vushrock at this portion here. I think he'll do most of the stabbing in these squares. Damn, so it looks like Brother Moti might get caught out in that murky water. Which is why I put him that one square back. Hopefully these lads won't be able to catch him then. I'm going to have to move Spunkmeyer because Brother Moti acts before him and he might be able to move those 2 squares, but he certainly wouldn't be able to move 1, 2, 3. Again, this looks a little scary for Brother Moti, but he does have the best armor of everybody. Okay, so what are these nerds doing? I just don't want them to charge onto that piece of plushy grass. And another spear. Brother Moti, I think wait for Michael Stubbs to move back, then you can sit on that piece of solid ground there. I think these lads are going to rush now through this shitty murky water. Can I move and still attack? Yes. Good stuff, good stuff. So if I move forward here, then I'm on muddy earth and these guys are in swampy water. And then all of these lads can then move back down here. Brother Moti, I think yes, definitely take the solid ground. Solid ground is the most important thing in these swamp fights. So all these lads fighting in the swamp have minus 25% melee skill, minus 25% melee defense. It's difficult to overstate how important it is to get your enemies fighting in the swamp. Now these lads are going to grab that piece of grass again. Unfortunately, hopefully, see this lad's going to grab that piece. If I'd been smart, which I wasn't, I would have put spear wall down to keep this guy back. I screwed that up. Damn it. So now Brother Moti can move here. These lads will take another turn or two before they are threatening from that side. I could try stab this dude back. I really want to reclaim that piece of solid ground. Okay, so he can attack on the next turn. Great shot, Brother Moti. Ah, yes, Stavkul loves this big flail. Yes. If I wait, actually, this guy will move into attacking range. See, that's going to be a problem now. I need to get one of my melee fighters there. I don't think that stab will actually work. That's why. Well, the pushback I don't think would work because that space is occupied. Damn, I should have attacked first, then moved. It was silly. I'm going to wait and just see where that spear guy goes. I expect him to go there. There's a chance I might be able to kill that guy this turn. Come on, Tyrone. Get him. I could try to hold off that spear user and force him to go here, which is actually what I want. So if I use spear wall, it's going to cover that spot. It should. Even though that guy is standing in range. I just want to stop the spear guy from going there. I want to force the spear guy to go to this spot. Let's see if it works. And if I manage to successfully push this lad back. No, potentially that could just open up this square there of solid ground, which I don't want. Okay, so the spear wall didn't work. Or the spear wall only covers the one square in front, which is not how I understood that weapon to work. Okay, we've got to kill this dude with a spear as soon as possible. I need to test that hold off ability with the battle fork again, because I'm not sure whether it was the fact that someone was in that square that meant that it failed. Well fought, men. Couple more bits of random armor. And Tyrone Biggums gets level 3. Plus 4 on resolve is really good. We'll take that. Let's see. I think he might actually need gifted. I need to offset his rubbish melee skill. Eventually I want him using a great sword, so he'll be attacking once a turn, so fast adaptation is not really going to be that useful. Quick hands isn't that useful for him yet. I think, yeah, my two greatsword users. So if I give them gifted, I'm going to have to compromise on one of the other skills. Because remember, you only get 10 perks, not including students. So for the greatsword, let's say gifted. Spunkmeyer is going to have to be Colossus and nimble for defense. Definitely quick hands for the damage boost. That's a new perk. Whoa. Don't slow down. At all times, your initiative is reduced only by 50% of your accumulated fatigue instead of all of it. That's interesting. The thing is, that could be really good defensively. Relentless plus dodge for the extra initiative to defense. But then that's 4 perks you got to sink into defense. Okay, let's continue with Spunkmeyer. So we've got 4 so far. 5 for sword mastery. 6 for underdog. Rotation. 7 is rotation. He's got 3 more perks then. I can give him Berserk, Killing Frenzy, and probably Indomitable. That's a decent little greatsword build, I think. And with the stats that this guy has, again, if it's the kind of build where I'm looking to replace them in the super late game, you take gifted, you take whatever you can to make them as good as you can, as quick as you can, and then you just replace them later. +4 on fatigue is really good. So for resolve, everybody will be getting to 50 resolve, which with a good bannerman gets everybody up to about 62. Assuming your bannerman has 120 resolve. It'll be 160 if you give him that potion that increases resolve. Okay, we can hire another nerd. We've got space for another nerd. So Brother Moti, once he levels up, will start using this battle whip. He'll start with a shield and whip and then have the two-handed wooden flail as his secondary weapon. Righto, let's get paid. But as much as I want another body in the group, we got to buy tools. Okay, Steinkai has a workshop, so the tools shouldn't be that expensive. I think they were 260 the last time we were here. 270, good God. Got half our money. So our daily rate is nice and low. That is one thing that's wonderful about these cultists. They do not expect a lot of cash. Is there anyone here particularly that I want to hire? I don't think so. We've hired most of the lads here. So what do we have here for us? Ooh, a delivery, good. Deliver to Eugen in Maiding. Perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to go. So we're kind of just doing whatever missions we can as soon as we can, but I need to do some more exploring. Potentially for our next ambition, we might take the feet are itchy for the open road, so we can go visit all the cities and examine all the cities, and then in doing that we can decide where the best trade routes are. Food less available and prices are higher for food. Okay, well we don't have any food we can sell. Out of interest, is there maybe someone nice and cheap here we can hire? Just loads of farmers. I do love a good farmer though. Fear of beasts, low resolve. Let's give Ebrecht Eagle Eyes a chance. So, ooh, lucky, that's new. There's a 10% chance to have any attacker require 2 successful attack rolls in order to hit. That's amazing if it procs. Especially if it's a big two-handed weapon that is being swung at him, which makes him particularly tempting to put him on the front line. So he's got a star in range skill, but we've already got 2 crap archers. I don't want a third. I think this will be a duelist if ever I've seen one, particularly with his high initiative and fatigue. This is the perfect guy to experiment with. Relentless, dodge, nimble. And yeah, dodge. Just get his defense as high as possible. Okay, so this will be a duelist of some sort. Whether we make him a spear or sword duelist will depend on how high we can get his melee skill. So assuming we give him gifted. Let's see, so... Okay, hang on. So melee skill regular is 1 to 3. Let's call it 15. God. 102, plus 20, so 73 with 10 level ups. Plus another 3 for maximum roll on gifted, so 26 at level 11, so 79. He'll get up to 80 melee skill. Plus 10 to hit from a sword. Okay, so he can be a sword duelist. To the name list, who is going to be our sword duelist? Number 31. Number 31, Dolmar. Dolmar, what a lad, verified lad. One of my earliest subs, one of my longest followers. Welcome, Dolmar. May you have a fruitful career with the Bloody Dawn. May you give many, many souls to Dovekul. Let's hope we can keep you alive. Actually, let's repair that wooden stick. We are going to be using that stick eventually. Actually, I'll keep that. I'll repair that. That can be sold. What you got for us? Strive of Brigands. Absolutely. Actually, remind me about Dolmar's stats again. Yeah, 53. Like, I want to use the Battle Whip, but no one has the stats for it yet. 57 is our highest accuracy on Tyrone Biggums, and Spunkmeyer, once he hits level 3, will get gifted as well. Brother Moti at level 3, I might give him Quick Hands, just to allow him to get the attack off with Battle Whip, and then Quick Hands to the two-handed wooden flail. For him, I think Gifted could be pretty good as well. I mean, none of these guys have any sort of late game potential, so I think they're all going to be taking Gifted, and we're going to look to replace every single one of them. But it's going to take multiple hundreds of days to do that. Again, Dovecool smiles upon us, gives us another nighttime battle. Okay, so we're coming up on 45 minutes. This will be the last battle for the episode. Let's just make sure we have daggers on everybody. Daggers and wooden sticks wherever possible, because there is a raider there that we are going to want to hopefully get our hands on. This means that nets are particularly important. I think 2 should do to start. We do have to have bandages. 2 nets is probably enough just to crowd control that raider. Just to give us enough time to murder the thugs and then stab the raider. Let's hope the raider... Okay, he doesn't have the armor I was hoping for, but that is a boar spear, which I love a boar spear. Need to get our hands on as many of those spears as quick as we can. They are excellent. So pretty much force the Brother Moti to control and kill all of the thugs, which might work just fine. He's going to go there and use Thresh against those nerds. Normal chance is 57, Thresh chance is only 40. I can either have one 57 chance or 2 40s. Let's go for the Thresh. And miss both. Fuck's sakes. Not the end of the world though. It does leave these lads to fight the thugs. We'll have these 3 try to stab down the raider. It's just Tyrone Biggums, hopefully, can stay alive there. Good. That is crucial. Pierced leg muscles lowers his melee defense. Okay, thank goodness that didn't stun. That's important. If I wait for the raider to go, then Caracal can step in and start stabbing. I do need Brother Moti to start doing some damage. Don't get stunned. Fuck! Okay, this is a huge problem now for Brother Moti. We've got to kill as much as we can, as quick as we can. 60%, 45. Wait, this guy needs to go first. Good stab, Spunkmeyer, and that has lowered some resolve there, which is pretty important. Good. I mean, technically, I don't have to dagger him down for the increased chance to get that weapon. But, I mean, he's halfway stabbed. So we may as well finish him off with stabbing. Come on, Brother Moti. Stay alive, brother. Stay alive. Don't stun again. Oh, come on. Fuck's sake. Fuck that guy's armor. We just need to get out of this now. I haven't played this well at all. Out of habit, I've gone with daggers against the raider, and then realized his armor isn't worth the effort of daggering him down. Spunk might probably only take 2 more hits from this thug, and he still has full armor, so let's armor up. Oh god, that's terrifying. 2 hits there could easily kill Caracal. Fucking hell. Ah! Kill him, come on. I need a one-shot here, Wushrog. Fuck's sakes. Okay, that's pretty big. Rip, Brother Moti, looks like. These fucking clubs have just stun-locked him the whole time. That was a strike down though, wasn't a kill. Pray for brain damage, boys. Especially considering he's a bannerman. If we can get brain damage on our bannerman, that's really good for us. Come on, give me headshots here. And there goes his armor. Well, that is the risk you take when you have someone with no shield right from the start. Let's just hope that he doesn't get an injury that's going to mean we have to retire him. Good shot, Michael Stubbs. A maimed foot isn't that bad. On a bannerman, we can keep him. When it comes to retreating though, he's going to have a problem. We can just take Pathfinder. I think Pathfinder will offset that. Let's just think how it works. Okay, so 1 additional action point per tile moved. So, learn to move on difficult terrain. Action point costs for movement on all terrain is reduced by -1 to a minimum of 2 action points. And fatigue cost reduced by half. Changing height levels also has no additional action. Okay, so we'll just have to take Pathfinder to offset his maimed foot. And that means I then can't take gifted on him, or I've got to compromise on on some other skill point. Okay, Spunkmire hits level 3, that's very nice. I think let's get the resolve. Wait, what are the roll values here for these skills? Hit points rolls 2 to 4, fatigue is 2 to 4, and resolve. They all roll 2 to 4 normally. So I'm just going to pick up the resolve. I want to get everybody up to 50 resolve ASAP. Okay, Wushrog, you're a crap archer, so we'll give you gifted. There we go. So only at level 3 now does he have 50 range skill, but he'll get there. In fact, pretty much everybody's going to have gifted in this group because no one here has any real potential. +4 is very nice. +2 and 3 there is very good. Okay, tough fights. Bunch of real tough fights. Okay, be gifted. 53. Okay, so my guys who are marked as archers can actually start using ranged weapons now. We need to go get them some bows that they can use. Let's give him just loads and loads of fatigue. I mean, by the logic that I was applying to my, where was he, the duelist, Dolmar, because he's got loads of fatigue and initiative, we can actually apply the same logic even better to Michael Stubbs. He could potentially be an even better duelist, because I mean he's got comparable melee skill. He just has better fatigue and better initiative, so his fatigue and initiative numbers are going to be even higher. But I've already thrown points into range skill. God damn, another fatality. Rip, it is dangerous fighting for Dovcool, clearly. Dolmar has decent stats, he can go straight to the front line. Let's see, we have some armor for him here. What I need is a shield, though. We don't have a spare shield kicking about. Man, Brother Moti really needs that level 3 for the quick hands. Well, at least we have gear ready to go for the next nerd. Alright, I think let's put a cap on that episode. That is a first good episode for us. We've had 3 or 4 fights. There's a lot more action-packed than my peasant playthrough. Without intending to, I ended up spending 25 minutes just theory crafting before I even pressed play. But that's the kind of nerd that I am. I love a bit of theory crafting. Gottfried the Quick is tempting. I think we'll go for Wiggle, just because I'm reluctant to get so many expensive farm hands. I could try them out for 80 gold together. Our daily rate is still only 60, so the Weasel. Ooh, brave and quick. That's great. Gottfried, welcome. And again, the quest for melee skill continues. We should have a whole bunch of duelists. I mean, fuck it, fine. To the name list. Generate random number. 37, I think, has been claimed. Yep, that's Spunkmeyer again. 79. 79 is Oakley. Gonna mark that off. Welcome, Oakley. Gottfried Oakley. I mean, we'll just play them as standard shield holding lads, but we'll level them towards being a duelist. Caracal, I can't decide what to do with him. I think this is our first shield breaker. With nice melee skill, range defense. We'll just have to ignore the range defense, and he'll be a nimble shield breaker. For those of you not familiar with a shield breaker build, a shield breaker is a axe mastery specialist. He specializes in using his Dane axe to break shields of the guys in front. He takes bags and belts for extra storage. He has quick hands. He stands on the back line and shoots a crossbow until his guy's in range. Then he quick hands to his Dane axe, break shields. If he has to rotate someone out, he can, because then he's got a one-handed axe and shield. It's probably the most versatile build that I have. It's one of the better builds, if I'm honest. Okay, so that is junk and that is junk. And I've got gear ready for the next lad. But I don't really have the money for another lad just yet. And 8 is a decent number to stabilize to get everybody up to like level 4 or 5, and then we start to add more. I really don't want to add more brothers too quickly, because as I have come to find on the peasant playthrough, starting with 12 guys is a real drain on your finances, and it's actually quite difficult to deal with. Alright friends, so this is the Bloody Dawn. Episode 1, an extra nice and long one for you. 1 hour and almost 8 minutes. The subsequent episodes will all be 45 minutes. Thank you all for watching. And see you next time as we continue to bring glory and sacrifices to Dovecool.